Hello, welcome to my chat show Inside Out. Today I have my friend Mr. Manoj Kumar Nambudripad as my guest. Manoj is basically we're today talking about cricket, World Test Championship finals. Manoj is an ex-Kerala player who played for the state in 80s, and he was also a university player for the MG University. And more than that, like me, he is also a hardcore cricket enthusiast. Welcome, Manoj. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. We've been Nadakil. We have not been meeting for quite some time. It's nice to be back, at least in this show. Thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much.
yes. In fact, when we had some of the conversations about cricket on social media platforms, I thought yes, it's important that we need to catch up and have do a show like this. Yes, we have many more days to talk about cricket. Today, just being the second day of the WTC, technically, and but we have the just first day of play because of the rains yesterday. So maybe the first thing, an opinion from you. Well, was this the right venue? What is your thoughts about having a venue like this when there is a high possibility of rain? What are your thoughts in that regard?
In fact, it's not the first World Series which had the rain has hampered. So I think keeping the importance of this one-off test match, they should definitely would have had a neutral venue. But then I think because the English teams are already there, because New Zealand had to have a tour at England, then Indians also are going to come and tour at England. I think probably the travel and all those COVID things, അതുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കാം probably they have chosen England as the right place. And that's a place where cricket and everything started. So maybe that's the right place. But otherwise, when you think about the conditions, definitely they should have gone for a neutral place.
So I'm only talking it from that perspective. We know that yes, India is going to England for a tour, but at the same time, an important ICC match, which is possibly the very first time we're having a World Test Championship. Such a match, playing under the threat of rain, that just beats my logic. Good that we had a match today, and maybe in the next few days also we may have a match. Okay, so let's possibly move from that. That for me it looks like a not the ideal decision. So what do you think about today's score? We are like 146 for the loss of 3 wickets at a
I
completely dangerous wicket in terms of how we've seen how the ball was moving around. So how do you see the position where we are in?
I think to start with, it was a good toss to lose because we don't have to take a decision. However, even if Kohli had won the toss, probably he would have also chosen to bowl. That's what I think, Vipin.
I like that.
Uh, yeah, correct, no? So we had a solid start. Both Rohit and Gill, I think they have played they did very well in the initial overs to ensure that wickets are not lost, and hence we were 63 odd for no loss. Then came 2 wickets immediately, which I was also expecting. So certain things will happen immediately. So those two things was a big blow, and that was one area where because we lost Rohit and Gill consecutively, our running rate of scoring also came down. However, Kohli and Rahane, I think they have steadied so far, and we can expect a better beginning tomorrow. That's the way I should put it across in one sentence.
Yeah, yeah. Even I think, considering the conditions, which
Yeah.
is very alien to Indians, I think we have, really played well because, we know English conditions ball can swing, but I would say this is some of the most dangerous English conditions. We had rains, the pitch was covered, and there was a heavy clouds out there, and to add to that, New Zealand had a fantastic bowling lineup as well. So all these put together, it was the challenge was possibly the worst ever what we can have. Considering that, I think India had a better day than New Zealand because when they chose to bowl, I'm sure that they would have thought that they could have cleaned up Indian top order maybe in the first 2 sessions, which really didn't
Absolutely.
happen.
Absolutely, you're right on that. The issue with New Zealand was initially when these two, Southey and Bolt bowled, I don't think they put in the right areas. It was too short or it was too wide outside our stump. So our batsmen were able to leave all those balls pretty well. And those balls which came to the wicket, they tried to stroke it on the onside and offside and got their decent runs. So I think it was New Zealand who lost the first over and we got it. It was ours in the first over. So I
Okay.
think Indians applied much better than New Zealand in the first half.
Okay. So what do you think would be an ideal score in a condition like this?
Here, I think we have been exchanging it earlier. Probably after once Kohli and Rahane was there, they could have just little more paced up the innings so that no that was the thinking which was just going on in my mind. Probably they could have made little more strokes here and there, but the way we have ended up the day, I think it was much better. Nothing much could have been done. I think Indians played much better than what we have expected. Even the conditions were so bad and which was against us.
Yeah, Manoj. But my specific question is, what can be a good score for India? Do you think
Okay,
that it can be? I mean, I think 350 can be a very good score considering the conditions.
that is what exactly I was also thinking. Somewhere around 350 to 375 should be a very competitive total in the first innings. With that, we will be able to put pressure on the New Zealand openers, and then our bowlers also have to come into play. I think, when we are talking more about the fast bowlers in England, I have a belief that our spinners are going to do some inroads so that those people are not going to play a long innings. I'm talking about the New Zealand innings when we bowl. So 350 should be 350 to 375 should be a very good score. Now that they've got a rest today, they can start fresh tomorrow and start a new innings. I think fading of light, even if it's umpire call, I think it was right from the police side that take the light and go into the shell and start fresh tomorrow.
Okay, very good. Just one comment about Indian bowlers, Indian fast bowlers to be precise. Spinners, you already mentioned that Indian spinners definitely can be better, and even I also feel that they are good enough to get some purchase in any sort of wicket because it's a quality of
Absolutely.
Ashwin and Jadeja
Correct,
as
correct.
well. When you just look at the three seamers that we have, is it of the same quality of New Zealand seamers, or how do you rate that?
I think it's totally different. Here you have two good left armers. That's what I've seen, Wagner as well as Bolt. But we have all the three fast bowlers are all right-handers. But all three people are different also. Shami, he can swing it both ways, pacey enough. Then Ishant, with his experience, I think probably would have lost a couple of yards pace. Then you have the awkward
Bumrah.
action, the Bumrah. He might bring some kind of changes because it is going to be difficult for the batsman to play him. Some balls bounces, some ball keep low, and this awkward action is going to be difficult. So when you compare the bowlers, I think before the match, I was thinking New Zealand was having the edge, but the bowlers did not bowl that well in the initial base. But Wagner is going to be very difficult. Overall, when you see the comparison of pace bowlers, I think still New Zealand is having the edge over Indian pacers. That's where I said spinners are going to play a very important role.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Okay, good. So now the next big thing, which I think a lot of Indian cricket and world cricket followers will be looking forward, is how Rishabh Pant will bat. One wicket down, Rishabh Pant is going to walk in. So is he going to change the flair of the game? Is he going to bat completely differently? And if he does that, will he be successful in a in a difficult condition like this? So that's going to be a very exciting thing for us to watch tomorrow, isn't it?
Ideally, yes. Ideally, if I was the captain, let us put it that way. I will always want Rishabh to play his natural game. That is, initially he will stay for some time, then he will whack here and there and brings up his 50 very fast, and our total also swells up very fast. that is the ideal way when Rishabh should be playing. But looking to the condition, suppose if he lose a wicket or two early and Rishabh is still there, he might play a sober type of cricket probably, because you have Ashwin and Jadeja to follow. So Rishabh may not play like that. But when you ask the question how Rishabh should play, he should play his natural game so that the runs keep flowing.
Exactly, exactly. Great. I think for today, let us have this as our conversation, and we'll keep catching up during the course of the match, and we'll make a couple of interesting observations in the due course in the coming days.
We'll we'll do that, Vipin. Thanks. This is for the first time I'm having such a kind of conversation, and
Thanks,
it was
Manoj.
my first experience. So let me get prepared much better in the next meeting.
Thanks, Manoj. I'm really happy that you came, and I mean, I'm just doing it for fun. It's not a very serious TV channel kind of an interview. It's a chat with some of my friends to have some I pick random topics, and obviously, I'll talk to people who have expertise in that area. Cricket being a common passion for both you and me, it comes very natural. We can have a talk like this either on a platform like this or over a beer, however it is kind of convenient to us. So yeah, so since it's kind of a COVID period, we can't have the discussion over a beer. So I thought this be a good format for us to talk.
That's the
Okay.
point. That's the point. Probably after this, we'll definitely have with certain cans. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Manoj. Thanks for joining.
Take care, Vipin.
Bye.
We'll
Bye.
chat
Take care.
tomorrow again.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.